Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Today, we're going to do some standing poses, some balancing poses with the idea of practicing how to breathe when we feel challenged. I can share personally that standing poses and balancing poses for me really train me to learn to be able to breathe through challenging moments, which typically when we are feeling challenged, we hold our breath, right? And that's not good for us. We can't be walking around holding our breath. So our poses, if we can learn how to find internal balance by breathing through challenging moments, then we can take that skill and bring it into our recovery and learn how to breathe in challenging moments in those areas of our life. So that's today's plan. I'm really looking forward to sharing this practice with you. Feel free to say hi, and I'm going to head back to my mat and we'll get started. All right, so let's begin at the beginning. Let's begin in mountain pose. Take a moment and find your feet. Feel the connection of your feet on your mat or the floor. Let your arms rest by your sides. Bring a little ease into your elbows and your hands. So instead of starting off really strong and strict in our bodies, let's just kind of lighten up and bring some ease into our joints. Good. And let's just bring a little life into our feet. So go ahead and roll your foot back and forth. Roll one foot back and forth. And then to the other. Stretching out your toes. And then plant your feet into the floor. Bring a little softness into your knees. And let's begin to flow with our breath. So as you breathe in, reach your arms up, just gentle. And as you breathe out, let your arms come down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lower your arms down. And then you find your own pace of breath. Just moving with ease, arms up and arms down. Breathing in as you reach up and letting your arms fall as you breathe out. And let's build on this now. Reach your arms up. Let's take a side bend. You can keep both arms up or you can drop one arm by your side, whatever is more comfortable for you. And take a little reach. Staying planted through your feet, soft in your upper body. Take a breath in and a breath out. Follow your breath in. Follow your breath out. And then take both arms up. Take a pause. And then side bend the other direction. Just either both arms up or one arm down, whatever feels right for you. Give yourself a few breaths. Maybe a little smile on your face. It's Friday, doing yoga, it's all good. And then take your arms up. And this time, let's take our seats. Let's find chair pose. So soften your knees and go ahead and sink in your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat in this moment. Take your seat in your recovery, in your life. Just know you belong. You deserve to sit here, to be here, to take up this space. Take a breath in. Smile as you breathe out. And then straighten your legs. And let's side bend again. Reach up and over. Give yourself 2 breaths. And then take both arms up, take a purposeful pause, maybe even grow a little taller through your fingers. And side bend the other way. And then take both arms up and let's take our seat again. Find your seat. So there's no doubt about it. Chair pose can be challenging. But can we train ourselves? Can we give ourselves permission to breathe through the challenge? So make your breath the priority. More about being able to breathe, less about how deep you are sitting. So find your breath and be there. Let's take one together. Breathe in and breathe out. Rise up. We're going to side bend one more time. Take one arm down, reach up and over. Give yourself 2 gentle, kind breaths. And then take both arms up, side bend the other way. 2 gentle, kind breaths. Breathe in, gentle breath out, gentle breath in, and gentle breath out. And then come on back up and let's take our chair. Experiment with letting your arms fall this time. Almost like make your arms like chicken wings. So bend your elbows a little bit. Sit in your chair. Now just experiment. How low can you go before you stop breathing? Right? So right about here, I know I'm not breathing. I'm trying too hard. So I'm going to back out of it. And then I'm going to find my breath. And I'm going to make my breath a priority and breathe through this challenging pose. Take both arms up again if you like. 2 breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's straighten our legs. We're going to rise into palm tree. We're going to begin to challenge our physical balance a little bit. So palm tree is rising up on your tippy toes. Our physical beings might wobble, and that's completely okay. Can you give yourself permission to be okay in the wobble and make the priority on the internal balance of just steady breath in and out? And then lower your heels down, sit back in your chair, just only going to that place where you can be here with breath and with a little ease. Breath in, breath out. Let's rise back to our palm tree, rising to our toes. I know that I'm wobbling, and I can give myself permission to wobble because guess what? It doesn't have to be perfect, and there's no such thing. Can I train myself to breathe through the challenge? Find your breath, and then lower your heels. Chair pose one more time. This time, take your arms back to airplane, almost like you're going to take off. I know if I was going to take off right now, I'd be headed straight toward Paris. I don't know where you'd be headed, but feel free to leave a comment and let me know. Maybe you're coming to Paris with me. Take a breath in and a breath out, and then bring your hands together in front of you. Turn your upper body to one side, and then you can stay up tall in this twist. If you want to dip down a little bit, you can. But here's the point. Pick the place where you feel maybe a little bit of challenge, but you make breathing the priority. Can you breathe through the challenge? Gentle breath in. Gentle breath out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring your hands back to center. Stand up tall for a moment. Give your legs a rest, a pause. Maybe you sense your heart rate going up a little bit. Just notice that. Breathe with it. Sink back into your chair. Find that place where you can be here and breathe. And then let's challenge ourselves just a touch by making that twist. Now the challenge is really more about breathing through the challenge. So find your breath. Gentle breath in. Gentle breath out. One more time, gentle breath in. Not getting worked up, just breathing out. Come back to center. Straighten your legs, rise to your tippy toes, palm tree, breathe with the balance. And then let it go. Shake it out a little bit. Nice work, everybody. All right, let's open it up. Legs nice and wide. Coming into our star pose. Feel the four corners of both of your feet, press them down. Take a little tiny lift up through your upper spine, just opening up. And then reverse that action, round through your upper spine, maybe a little bend in your knees, roll forward. And then lift up, breathe in, open. Breathe out, round through. And then come on up. Let's set up our warrior two pose. So turn one foot forward, maybe step the other foot back a little bit. Bend your front knee, stretch your arms out long. Gaze forward over your front fingers or toward your screen, whatever feels comfortable on your neck. So hanging out static like this in a pose, a big pose like warrior two, can have its challenges. It's asking a lot of us to be here, to be present. Can you put your mind on your breath? Can you find a little ease? Breathe in the moment, breathe in the challenge. Showing yourself you're capable of working hard and breathing at the same time. I mean, this is what recovery is. It is hard work. You know this. Can you do the hard work and breathe through the hard work? Take a breath in and a breath out. And the answer is yes, you can. It just takes practice. So these poses help us practice that. Come on out of your warrior two. Flip your feet. Let's do the other side. Bend in. Take your arms to a height that's comfortable for you. Maybe today your arms stay down, because with your arms down, maybe you feel more comfortable breathing. When we are always straining, when we are always holding our breath, we stay in fight or flight. Our nervous system thinks the tiger is constantly coming. We can't think clearly when we're in that place. We can't make good choices. We kind of are on autopilot. So learning to be in a pose, feeling the challenge, training ourselves to breathe through the challenge. Take one more breath in and out. Let your arms fall. Come back to your wide stance and just kind of bring your feet back together. Take a pause in mountain. This time bring both hands on your heart. Purposeful pause. All right, so let's play with balance again. Remembering that our theme today is learning to breathe through challenging moments. Right. So you can have your arms down by your sides or take them up. You can balance on one foot. I'm going to start by balancing on my left foot. And as I inhale, I'm going to lift my knee up a little bit. And as I exhale, I'm going to lower my heel down, but I'm not going to touch the floor. And I'm going to inhale, lift my heel up. Exhale, lower it down. Lift it up. This time I'm going to pause. So you have some choices, right? You can stay here, balance right here. If you like eagle pose or dancer's pose, or another type of balancing pose, you can do that here. I'm going to come into tree. I'm going to put my toes on the floor, just kind of find my balance, find my breath. Making my breath the priority first. Once I have that internal balance, then I'm going to move my foot up a little bit and play with my physical balance, but my internal balance comes first. Give yourself a breath or two. And then let your arms fall, come out of your balancing pose. Find a purposeful pause in mountain. And then let's do the other side. Take your arms up, bring your knee up. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Do this a few times, just moving with the pace of your breath. And then pause and take the balance pose that you would like to take. I'm going to come into tree on the side, putting my toes down first to get my internal balance set. So I'm going to find my breath, just going to hear my breath, notice that I'm breathing. And then from that internal balance, I'm going to challenge my physical balance a little bit. Bring my foot up. Be in your pose on your mat. Just know that wherever you are is completely enough. You are in a pose that is enough. No striving, no straining. 2 gentle breaths. Give them to yourself. And then come to your mountain pose. Take a pause. You can have palms pressing, hands on heart. So we're going to come back to our chair pose. Your feet can be together apart. Bend your knees. Take your arms up to a comfortable height. And make your arms like goddess arms this time. So remember earlier we played in chair and palm. We're going to do that again. So arms are in goddess, knees are in chair pose. Find your internal balance. And making your breath a priority as you inhale, rise up to palm, straighten your arms. As you exhale, back to chair, arms in goddess. Inhale, straighten, rise to palm. Exhale, lower, chair. Internal balance, breath is the priority. Rise up, doesn't matter if you wobble or fall out of it. Sit down in your chair, take your rightful seat. One more time. And then sit down in your chair. Rise up tall, come to mountain. Bring one hand or both hands on your heart again. Just notice yourself breathing. Find that sense of internal balance. Allow your shoulders to relax, your jaw to relax, space around your eyes to calm down. We must give ourselves time like this to just be and breathe. We have to give our minds a rest. We have to give our bodies a rest. We have to let our spirit know that we're present. Purposeful breathing, purposeful pausing trains us to be able to then call on those skills when we feel challenged. So maybe there's a yoga pose in your practice that you know you don't breathe through, that you hold your breath through. Maybe it's a different type of balancing pose. Maybe it's even a seated pose. Maybe it's a forward fold. So this week, think about what are the poses that you hold your breath in and practice doing the opposite. Practice breathing through the challenge. Let's just stand here together for one more moment in mountain. Let's take 2 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. All right, so you know you're welcome to stay on your mat for as long as you like, continuing your practice. Feel free to come back to this one, do it a few times, cycle back to some of our older practices, do those as often as you like. I'd love to hear how you liked this practice. What was it like to make your internal balance a priority? And how do you think you might be able to apply that this week in your recovery? I'm looking forward to hearing from you as always. I'm so grateful that you're part of this group, so grateful to know you and share this journey with you. I wish you a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week.